Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to your continuing coverage of joinDOTA's The Defense 2, brought to you and organized by joinDOTA, commentated by the man who goes by the name of Toshley. That is me, in case you couldn't have figured it out on yourself, and powered by Razor and BenQ. And don't forget to check out all the things that were mentioned just a few mere moments ago. We have the-defense.com for all of the details on this tournament, and you can take a gander at joinDOTA.com for all sorts of fantastic Dota 2 goodness. And last but by no means least, once again, I must utter the names that are bringing us this tournament and sponsoring it. Yes, indeed, BenQ and Razor. BenQ also being the sponsors of one of the teams that are playing for us today, in case you haven't noticed already. M5, Moscow 5. But anyway, let's jump into what we have coming up for us today. We're jumping straight into the drafts. For the group stages of the Defense 2, we have 4FC playing on the Radiant side. I believe that stands for 4 Friends plus Krilly. It's a curious name indeed, but I will not question it. And they are going up against Moscow 5, M5, who are repping it out over on the Dire side. The Russians, ladies and gentlemen, are fighting it out. In case you couldn't figure it out by the name Moscow 5. Because Moscow, of course, the capital of Russia, it signifies the fact that the team might be Russian. But let's not go into that too much because it's entirely redundant and unnecessary. Let's go into who has been banned thus far in this, of course, captain's draft. With 4FC having first pick, Lycan, of course, getting banned out immediately by M5. But let's have a look at 4FC's picked first up. They have Invoker being taken out, with CK following that very rapidly. So we have a very versatile hero being taken out first by 4FC. And then we have the tanky initiator 4-second stunning bastard, who goes by the name of Chaos Knight. And M5 taking out 2 jungling woodland heroes. We have the Chen and we have the Lycan, both very powerful heroes that are solid in the jungle and of course can push like machines. Of course, Lycan's a better pusher. Chen has that bit more of utility, being able to send people back to base as well as a global heal. Always an incredibly useful, and it's also a very easy first blood coming from Chen if he picks up a nice hero such as a Wildkin, or not a Wildkin. A Wildkin can just cause a lot of harassment if you pick one up towards the early game, but an easy first blood will be that of a Centaur or an Ursa Warrior. The third and final ban to come in from 4FC for this first stages of the banning phase is that of the Darkseer. Solo side lane split push, a very tanky individual who's an absolute horrendous horror to deal with. And very rapidly being taken out. This solid pick. I notice there are still some very strong heroes that are still in the mix, while we do have one final ban that is going to unfold. M5 taking out another solo side lane split push. I really like saying that. In the form of the Broodmother. And there are still a lot of very strong heroes in the pool. We have Furion, we have Enchantress, just to name a couple. There are loads of solid heroes. 4FC have first pick. They have so much to choose from. They are going to pick up that Furion, with M5 responding to that almost immediately with a Leshrac. Probably want to pick up a Shadow Demon to synergize with that. However, there are plenty of other options. Do they want to go with just a nice bit of synergy in the form of that Shadow Demon, or do they want to get more pushing power? We've already got pushing power from the Leshrac. Maybe we could pick up another pusher. Maybe they want to take in a Woods hero, an Enigma, because there's not many left. There's Enchantress, there's Enigma, and I think that's it. I think the rest have been taken out. There's probably someone I'm missing. But the SK is going to be their second pickup, which is someone else that chains up nicely with that Shadow Demon. And that's probably thinking, with that Leshrac, and that's probably leaving 4FC thinking, well, should we pick up a Shadow Demon? It would be pretty good to deny it from M5, because if they picked up a Shadow Demon, that's a tri-lane of death right there. Anyone going up against that tri-lane will die repeatedly. And it's also a ganking trio that can roam around the map and kill people repeatedly. And 4FC immediately going, we are not going to let them get that Shadow Demon. He's also a solid hero for us. Let's pick him up. M5 already have enough control with the Split Earth and with the Burrow Strike coming from the SK. We don't want to give them any more. So Shadow Demon immediately being picked up by 4FC. That's pretty much a no-brainer, because giving them a Shadow Demon would just be bad, bad, bad. In terms of what both teams currently have, we have a lot of control to come out of both teams. We've got Split Earth, and we have Burrow Strike coming from M5, and we also have some AoE damage to come out of M5 as well in the form of that Epicenter. 4FC also still having a lot of control. They have the Sprout, although Sprout is easily countered by buying Tangos. They have the Disruption and of course the Shackle. So we've got a nice amount of single target disables to come out of both teams. Chances are 4FC might want to go for someone that's a bit more spell damage heavy, whether it be single target or AoE, because they don't have any of that, and they also have the Curse from the Shadow Demon, which of course synergizes well with casters because of the damage increase from his Soul Catcher. And M5's third and final pick is going to come in very momentarily. Who do they want? They could go, Enigma's still in the pool, they don't currently have a jungler, and it would be absolutely solid for team fights, especially combined a black hole with an epicenter. If you can get that off, it's an instant team kill, pretty much. Or kill to whoever's caught in the black hole, unless the epicenter gets cancelled or the black hole. So it would be a pretty solid combination. It also provides more pushing power. Of course, Enigma's good at pushing with those conversions, and all of these heroes are capable of pushing. Sandstorm is capable of pushing, and of course, not to mention the man who goes by the name of Leshrac, to which every single one of his skills is AoE, which is of course good for pushing. I also forgot to mention that Batrider is going to be the next pickup. I don't think I've ever seen him being played in a game before. This is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to seeing how M5 will utilize his hero. It gives him even more control. You've got that lasso, which means he can blink in, he can grab someone and pull them out of the fight and pretty much kill them. It's also a really solid disable. I can't remember the duration on it, but it's a really long disable. So it's an easy kill if someone gets caught out. And the great thing about it is they can't run away. If you lasso them, they can't bloody do anything. They can't run, they can't escape, and you can drag them away. It's like a stun where you get to move them. And it's going to give M5 a lot of versatility and a lot of ganking power. Yes, indeed. Also forgot to mention, we have a lot of AoE damage to come from the Sand King, but I completely forgot to mention about the Leshrac, who's also capable of dishing out massive amounts of teamfight AoE damage, and combining that with an Enigma would be pretty devastating. But I'm really curious as to seeing how they're going to utilize this Batrider. And the next couple of bans have come out. 4FC banning out the Night Stalker, with the 3 heroes that they've picked up being very squishy. It's a fairly obvious ban, because if you picked up a Night Stalker, those 3 heroes are going to go through hell. When the nighttime comes, that Night Stalker will start running around, start bloody killing the crap out of people, and there will be little that they can do about it. So it's a pretty obvious ban. Brewmaster's going to be the next ban out from M5. Want to take out those tanky heroes that are really difficult to kill, which is good, because a split would be a bit annoying going up against that lasso, because you do all this damage and all of a sudden he splits. It also somewhat negates the AoE damage to come out of the Leshrac and the Sand King, due to the fact that you split, suddenly the damage is taken out. The 5th and final ban to come out of 4FC will be that of the Death Prophet. Fairly understandable. A lot of pushing power to come out of her. A lot of solid... well, it's not entirely understandable. It doesn't look like M5 are going for hard pushing, but it still is a solid hero all round. And Tidehunter is going to be the next pickup. So, once again, removing one of those initiating heroes that would make engagement a little bit more shaky. So M5, we can see they're removing all those heroes that give the ability to engage solidly, and they've removed out 2 of them. One thing to note is Enigma is still in the fray. 4FC might want to pick that up. It's the last wood hero available, and it's also one of those initiating heroes that 4FC are lacking, and we can see M5 are banning out those initiating heroes. So 4FC thinking Enigma would be a good pickup. I think Enigma would be a good pickup, but we'll have to wait and see. If Enigma doesn't get picked up, I think M5 would pick him up pretty much immediately, which is another thing to factor in. Excuse me. So, thinking long and hard about this next pickup, 4FC, I think Enigma. But 30 seconds remaining, they'll have to pick very quickly, or else they risk whatever happens when the time runs out. I think it picks randomly, which of course is not beneficial in the slightest, because you get someone awful like Huskar, or Alchemist, or X hero that isn't very good in a professional game. But we've got 10 seconds remaining, and the Enchantress still hasn't been picked up. I forgot there was that other wood hero that I completely forgot about, even though I mentioned her several times. The Enchantress is, or did I mention? I don't even know. So Enchantress is going to be the next pickup, another wood hero. This is going to give them a lot of extra push. And M5 are probably going to pick up an Enigma. It seems like an obvious, maybe. I actually don't know. In terms of laning, 4FC is relatively obvious. We're going to have Furion taking the off lane. Enchantress, actually, we could possibly have an aggressive duo tri-lane at top. We'll have Furion in the jungle and Enchantress in their jungle, picking up creeps, and we'll have this ganking, just so much ganking power in the form of Windrunner and the Shadow Demon. Of course, you've got the Shackle, and you have that Disruption. So we'll have to wait and see who the final pickup is. Except if they do that tri-lane, and they wouldn't have Furion in the jungle if they did that. Actually, they'd have him in the bottom lane, or yeah, they'll have him in the bottom because he can't, because there's not enough people to fill all the lanes up, and leaving a lane empty is just dumb, needless to say. Once again, M5 thinking long and hard about that next pick. I still want to see Enigma. Maybe I'm entirely wrong with suggesting Enigma, and my analysis is just bad. which is why no one's picking him up. Enigma just is a fun hero to both play, to commentate, to watch. Here comes a counter push. Venomats are being picked up. They need a little bit of counter pushing and pushing action because Enchantress is going to be able to push, and Prophet is going to be able to push, and they're both going to be able to push relatively hard. So a bit of hard counter push coming in from the Venomats will be an absolute necessity, ladies and gentlemen. And the fifth and final pickup going to be chosen English language, please work for me, baby. All right, Kunkka going to be the next pickup. We have a Kunkka and we have a Bat Rider. Today's game is going to be an interesting one indeed. Kunkka played fairly. He's not a hero that never gets picked up like Bat Rider, but he doesn't get played very often. We've seen Mouse Sports do fantastically with Kunkka, and this leaves the lanes. Well, you're obviously going to combine Shadow Demon and Kunkka. I'm thinking Shadow Demon and Kunkka will go mid. We'll have actually, I'm not even sure. Chances are Shadow Demon and Kunkka will go mid. We might even have a tri-lane up top, like I said before, but with Kunkka instead of Enchantress, although I feel Enchantress would be a better pickup because of getting creeps from their jungle. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. Their lanes are... There's quite a few options. Morphling going to be the fifth and final pickup, the hard carry. This could potentially be dangerous, because if Morphling lanes against Shadow Demon and Kunkka, he's dead. Disruption, followed by that Tide Form. No, it's not Tide Form. That's his ability. That's Morphling's ability. What's it called? Tide Caller, Tide Bringer. One of those two. Tide Caller, Tide Bringer. You go up against that, you're so dead, especially towards the early stages of the game. You max that Tide Bringer. I need to check the name as soon as we jump into this game, ladies and gentlemen. The very second we jump in, I have to have a look, because I can't remember what it's exactly called, which is not good in the slightest. But Morphling's going to have a really bad time if he goes up against those two, even with Venomancer there to assist, because it's painful. If you've ever seen a game where people do that composition, or even in pubs, it's pretty powerful, assuming they're not spastics and can count and time that Tidebringer, right? Tide Call or whatever. Can we jump into the game, please? Why do we have to wait the entire duration? Here we are. What is it called, ladies and gentlemen? Torrent. I'm entirely wrong. Entirely wrong. And there we see it right there. The Torrent, not the Tidebringer, not the Tide Caller. Tidebringer is the name of that, the Cleave. God damn it, not a good start. Anyway, let's go through the heroes. Who is playing who? We have, what the hell? Fabio Corrent, something Mexican, strange name, playing as the role of Kunkka. We have Boom taking up the role of that Enchantress. We have the man in Magenta, who's hard to read. Error So Close. This team has bizarre names. Playing as the role of Shadow Demon. We have Krilly playing as that Prophet. And finally, we have Alex. Alex. Playing as Windrunner. That's relatively simple. We have VVV taking up the role of the Bat Rider. We have PGG, Captain PGG, taking up the role of that Leshrac. Blood Angel playing as the Venomancer, and Admira playing as the Sand King. And why do I have this feeling I'm forgetting someone? The Morphling, yes indeed. SS taking up the role of that Morphling. Looking at the lanes, no one's going for early first blood, so it seems instead of Windrunner, we're going to see Enchantress here. This makes more sense. This laning makes much more sense, and whoever goes up against this is going to have a hard time. Yeah, Bat Rider is going to be in some pain, especially considering his movement speed is very slow. Over in the mid, we have Prophet going solo mid, going up against the Morphling. So Morphling should be relatively fine. Morphling's not laning against the Lane of Death. This tri-lane down the bottom is also going to be very painful for this Windrunner, but Windrunner does have some good escapability, but Windrunner doesn't stop stuns, which is a problem, because they have two of them and a 50% slow, which is downright brutal. Illusion being picked up by the Enchantress, thinking of venturing into the jungle, but realizing maybe it's not such a great idea. Maybe I should send some Illusion, but instead just going to use them to scout. I'm going to catch out these two. They're thinking, oh yeah, early first blood, easy peasy, and then they quickly realize, no way, that's the real thing. You would not be that unaware, especially at the start of the game when the enemy team can be pretty much anywhere. I really don't think now's the time for drinking water because a gank. I have this feeling a gank is about to happen. We have Shadow Demon waiting in position as well as the Enchantress who has secured herself a Dark Troll who pretty solid overall. Got the Undead summon to bolster numbers. And of course in the meantime bottom lane is getting obliterated. Windrunner already found himself in a bad situation. Venomous Gale has gone down trying to hide in the trees but everyone is here trying to Windrun out but the Split Earth and the Burrow Strike to come down. However Venomancer taking a lot of hits from the tower and it's going to take a fall. First Blood has been spilled, picked up by the Sand King but Windrunner takes... Venomancer takes a fall down there by the tower. In the meantime, the top, so much action going down. Conker very low in HP. 6 stacks going down there, but the disruption followed by the Tidebringer and several stuns. A couple more right clicks will take down the Conker, but the Batrider will fall as well. Trying to flame walk out of there, Firefly out of there, but it's not enough. And already a lot of action is unfolding in this game. 4 kills, and we're not even 90 seconds into the game, ladies and gentlemen. But back to what I was saying about the Troll Trap. I mean, the Dark Troll, it has that Troll Trap, which of course, it's not as beneficial as a Centaur or an Ursa, but it's still solid overall. And Conker definitely wants to be careful. They're actually going to have a bit of a difficult time laning because you just spam that Napalm, and it builds up and then it hurts a lot. As we saw the Conker get very low in HP with the 6 stacks right there. Enchantress still hiding it out in their jungle, not giving an absolute hoot. Windrunner staying back, looking at the last hits. We're 4-1, which isn't particularly amazing being compared to the heroes over here. We have 4-1. Same can be said for the SK. And the Venomancer seems, well, not doing a particularly great job either, but he doesn't need to. Invisibility Rune being secured and allowing her to escape without taking too much damage. The Sprite's healing her up with a couple of right clicks that Batrider managed to take out right there. Once again, we have PGG and Blood Angel getting in position, wanting to get another gank on the Windrunner, but she's a wise individual indeed. Ward being placed down to get a bit of vision, but I think they know where she is. They're going into the trees. They're looking for her, but she's just got such a great position right here, and they're not going to find her. Meantime, Batrider is harassing as much as possible, denying those clarity potions, at least attempting to. I feel I need to keep an eye on this Windrunner because they're putting this tower really hard, and this tower is most likely going to fall. There's very little that 4FC can do about it at this very moment. Windrunner, of course, if she shows herself, she dies a horrible fiery death. Batrider's actually doing a relatively good job against this lane. In terms of last hits, he's not doing particularly great. Conker has a nice, sizable amount, but he's not dying repeatedly. Anyway, Centaur coming in as well as the Enchantress, going to take the town, going to Firefly across the trees. This is why Batrider is such a good hero. While he is very slow, he has good maneuverability because he can just fly over trees. He doesn't give a toss, but Centaur's coming in, not going to get the stun off, however. In the meantime, we have Windrunner's been pushed back really far up, forced to use that healing salve. And tower diving like hell, the team of M5 is indeed. However, they were not able to successfully secure the kill. Maybe they will just settle with the tower. This game is action-packed. Over in the middle lane, 4-1. Nature's Prophet not doing so great in the farm department. 17-20. Morphling is doing a fantastic job. And this top tower is taking a little bit of damage from 4FC. Do they have the creep wave from Enchantress to reinforce? Not currently, but she has picked herself up an Ursa Warrior, which is definitely going to be painful for the next engagement for Batrider. He needs to be fast, swift, and efficient if he doesn't want to die horribly. It looks like we're moving in for another gank. We have Shadow Demon hiding in the sides. Really need to get a nice ward placement here to see everything that's going on. Batrider trying to get out of there, but the disruption falls down. The curse is going to land as well, and the Tidebringer comes right after doing a load of damage, and he pops like a balloon. It's called Torrent, not Tidebringer. God damn it. And Morphling is doing a pretty freaking good job thus far over in the mid. It's getting lots of farm, and this is quite bad for 4FC. However, the top lane is just winning so hard, but the bottom lane's winning pretty hard as well for M5. It's fairly even. Did Windrunner just take a fall? No, she just TP'd back. But I feel the top lane for 4FC is being won just that little bit harder. If we take a gander over at the gold, we see just a 100 gold difference. And XP is not that major as well, just 750, pretty much nothing. In the meantime, we're going on the Windrunner once again. However, the teammates are just too far away to reinforce. And Leshrak's thinking, come on guys, let's kill her. She's right here, and the creep wave is going to catch him, which is going to force him to retreat, because at this stage the creep wave just does too much damage. Burrow Strike onto the Windrunner, TPing in as well as a Fury, and this is going to turn into a bad situation. A nice shackle to come down, the curse is down as well, and the SK takes a fall. And now the Venomancer's forced to TP as fast as humanly possible. They don't have the stun, but the disruption comes in just in time, and he is not going to get away from this one. Placing as many wards down as possible. I think he tried to deny himself, maybe, if he had a dot on him, but I don't think he did. And that was a very, very poor engagement for M5. 4FC flying ahead after that little battle. Yes, indeed. Actually, the XP is still in slight favor for M5, but the gold has a 300 advantage for 4FC. On a note, the team name is just curious as hell. 4FC, 4 Friends plus Krilly, I believe. It's a bizarre name. And look at Morphling. His last hits and denies are almost exactly the same. Not going to pick up the double damage, curiously enough, despite the bottle being empty. I don't know why. Especially considering it's going to respawn soon. Why we no pick this up? Nevertheless, let's keep an eye on what's exactly happening over in the middle lane. We're going on Nature's Prophet. One more right click takes him down. A couple of hits coming in from the tower, but PGG will ultimately be A-OK. And that's not PGBG. It's not PGG, it's SS. That's PGG. And 5 stacks of that sticky napalm on the Conqueror. Another one that's going to slow him down so much. His movement speed is minus... Oh, it's slow as hell, and he's getting beaten down. Does he have that napalm? He does not, but he has the flame blade. But suddenly, disruption going down. The curse is landing as well, and Furion is here as well. Tidebringer being timed really wrong right there. The PGG is coming in. He wants to pick up a kill, but this was a bad situation. Split Earth missing completely. Healing Stab going to bring him up. Diabolic Edict doing a little bit of damage, and it might actually pick him up. No, the damage is not enough, unfortunately. And PG walking to his death right there. M5 not being particularly spectacular as of this very moment, but the Tides of Time running the hell out of there, and she does successfully escape, gaining too much distance for them to engage. That Burrow Strike is being too far off. The only thing M5 have going for them is the amount of farm that Morphling has. Has the Wraith Band, is just about to pick up the Power Dreads. He's 37 to 31 and currently getting free farm in the middle lane. Nature's Prophet isn't really doing much to contest him. And this is going to be really, really bad if he does get farmed up. But coming in, the Edict doing a lot of damage, and a few right clicks coming in from Morphling. T-Pleas are being had as well. Split Earth just barely missing, and the Sprout to stop the Morphling right there. They want to get him. He's so very low. PGG forced to retreat because he's very low in HP, and Morphling's getting low as well. The Morphling to Strength he's not at the current moment. He's still trying to right click down that Nature's Prophet. He's going to get the kill. We'll have to wait and see. A couple more right clicks will do it. He'll probably try and waveform up here. If he's a wise man, maybe he is, and has to morph to Strength at this very moment. Curse is going to go down as well, and a perfect Tidebringer. Or rather, perfect torrent to come in, and Morphling instantly buying back. I'm not happy with that. I need to go back and start farming, maybe pick up a kill. Again, these engagements of M5 have not been the best. They're just dying horribly. Morphling now getting a bit of free farm up at the top. Seriously, these engagements have just been not good, honestly. They've been pretty poor on M5's part, which is just... It's not good. But we'll have to wait and see. At least Morphling's getting plenty of farm. 4FC, however, are getting plenty of farm through kills. In the meantime, Enchantress might find herself ganked, but maybe not. She backed off a little bit too far. The Centaur doing a nice chunk of damage. The stun going down. They're doing a couple of right clicks there on the Venomancer, but he should ultimately be A-OK. And both teams have backed off. Let's take a gander at what exactly everyone has. Any items of significance being in hand yet for either team. We've already looked at Morphling, who got a reasonable amount of farm, has a nice amount of last hits. But it doesn't seem any team of 4FC have any items of major significance. Of course, this is only, 9 minutes into the game. In the meantime, Morphling took a fall over at the top. Must have been a disruption and Tidebringer combo once again, picking up another very easy kill for 4FC. But Morphling's still doing great in the last hit department. Probably not the best place for Batrider to be, because the entire team will have vision of him. However, they're just not in position to try and go for a gank, especially with the amount of escapability that he has. And Sand King doesn't want to get close because he knows Shadow Demon is nearby, and he does not want to get disrupted into a torrent. In the meantime, the top tower will take a fall, Kunkka taking it down very rapidly, but the bottom tower has fallen as well. I'm not sure when that happened exactly, but we're both currently very even on the tower trades as of this very moment. Furion's getting garbage farm. Absolutely garbage. Getting out farmed by the support, Venomancer. Furion's having a bad time, however, these two are having a fantastic time, and Morphling's about to have a bad time. Disruption and a Soul Catcher, as well as that torrent being timed off ever so slightly, being able to waveform out, the boat also missing completely. Kunkka said it best. Morphing to Strength, and the he should be absolutely A-OK, but in comes the SK, channeling to Epicenter, and the Edict, as well as the Split Earth doing so much damage, chasing after that Kunkka, taking a fall. The Morphling did indeed. Did not expect that. The Shadow Demon falls as well, and he manages to just barely get away. No Burrow Strike to come in, a complete lack of mana. I don't know, I'm not even sure where Morphling died. How Morphling died, rather. That was not necessary at all. That shouldn't have happened, that Morphling death. Very unfortunate right now for M5. However, we'll just have to deal with it. Batrider is going to get caught out of position, well out of position. We have Windrunner, we have an Enchantress, but he does have that Flame Walk, that Firefly, which allows him to easily escape out of bad situations. He's harassing as much as possible, and now we're trying to engage, but the Troll Trap cannot land at all. Furion teleporting in, the Sprout going to do absolutely nothing. In the meantime, Enchantress has disconnected from the game. The pause has been had. And ladies and gentlemen, now is the time for waiting. Yes, we're back. We're going to play About Goddamn Time. Oh my lord, it's been 10 minutes. I've been singing The Saga Begins by Weird Al Yankovic, and it's not going to be in here because it's going to get edited the hell out because it's horrible. And I started rambling about all manner of garbage for the past 10 minutes. There was nothing to talk about. We weren't at the current stage of the game where there's laning phase is sort of over. We're not at the stage of the game where people are getting items. There's absolutely nothing to talk about, and it was horrible. I hated it. In the meantime, the very second I gather away from this lane, Leshrac very rapidly takes a fall. I had no idea he could even die that fast. He looked full HP before. I have no idea how he died so quickly. I will not question it. Probably Tidebringer combined with that... Oh crap, I forgot the name. Torrent, yes! I was just thinking to myself, while I'm saying this phrase, I will remember what that ability is called, but I didn't. It was not a good sign. Enchantress. Venomancer just continuing to farm out this ancient camp as he does best. Power shot missing completely on that Batrider, but I don't think the aim was to hit. Morphling still pretty much getting free farm. We do have a Conker not too far away and does have to be careful. However, I don't think Conker's capable of just killing him that quickly, but you never know. Took down the Leshrac very rapidly indeed. And it looks like 4FC are going to press the issue and push this bottom tower ever so slightly. In the meantime, it looks like we want to get a gank on Conker. There are two heroes. We know he is trapped in this area, and we haven't spotted him yet, however. Using that Edict, was that the wisest of ideas? Guess who wants to take down the camp here? Conker going to back the hell off the sentry. The ward, however, is 4FC, so they will not see the location of him. And meantime, we want to go on this Batrider curse as well as that disruption going down. But what was the point of that? He's just going to Batrider out there, but the Purge is going to slow him the hell down. However, Windrunner is just not fast enough, cannot catch up. The Shadow Poison doing a little bit of damage. 2 stacks on him right now. Is very low in HP as a matter of fact, and should probably run away before death rolls in, which it will no doubt. They do want to get a kill on that Batrider. However, I don't think it is going to happen. Conker is still soloing it up on this top lane. Doesn't have a Shadow Blade yet. And however, Leshrac could find himself in a bad situation, especially with no cooldowns to be had. We got that Tidebringer doing a nice chunk of damage, and the Torrent being timed incorrectly. The boat coming in, it's not going to connect, however. We saw Prophet ulti bouncing around as well as he ports in, but he decides to cancel. SK coming in from the side, and that was a perfectly timed earn right there. And a nice stun as well as Burrow Strike going right there. He's so low, but one right click from the Furion takes him down, and the Torrent would have probably taken him down as well if Furion didn't manage to do it. Leshrac trying so hard to escape, but not being so successful. In the meantime, it seems Venomancer took a fall. Not sure exactly when and where that happened. Let's not worry about it too much. Morphling getting free farm at the top once again. We're pushing in very far ahead. The Shadow Demon wants to get a kill. He's manly as hell. Burrow Strike coming down. The tower's just going to kill him. This was really, I don't even know what to say about that. Shadow Demon, seriously, no clue. I don't know what to say to that. He's not tanky. He'll just die. It seems so silly. But in the meantime, Middle Tower is going to take a fall, getting beaten down. Bottom got denied. However, the mid, there is no one in no situation to do so in mid, and it falls very rapidly. M5 only have... Wait, is that top? Okay. Yep. So top is still standing for M5. Hasn't been taken down yet. 4FC rather. So M5 have only secured 1 tower. Morphling still continuing to get free farm down here, and I'm sure he's oh so happy about it. 82 to 47. Taking a look at the creep score. He's the highest on the map right now. And both teams sitting back and just doing a little bit of safe farming, really. Batrider smoke is out. Looks like he wants to pick up the Conker. At least, I'm sure that would be the desired. It would be what's desired. Morphling going to join him as well, and Replicate being put out there for easy escapability. Are we going to go on this Tidehunter? I mean, the Conker, he definitely needs to get as many kills on him as possible. Morphling waveforming on the creep wave. Is Conker even paying attention? The Tidebringer's going to get him. Shadow Demon's moving in as well. Where did he come from? I don't even know. The Batrider is here as well, and walks right into the Torrent, or maybe not. Morphling must have replicated out of there in the midst of panic. However, they don't have that Torrent to follow up on that disruption, and Shadow Demon will easily get away from this gank. In the meantime, the team of M5 looks like they want to move to the top and get in position. There are 2 potential kills up here. Counterwarding action going down as well. Venomancer just farming this ancient camp all day, every day, because why not? Currently on the search for any rogue heroes, but there are none to be found. Edict going down. Oh, it's going on the creep camp. Windrunner pushing a wave forward, and we have this Wildkin to come in from the Enchantress as well. This is going to be an absolute annoyance without a doubt. And Shadow Demon's Manly as hell is venturing into the jungle. Leshrac no doubt doesn't know about this, but going on him might not be the wisest of ideas because Kunkka could very well be nearby. However, he's very low on HP. A gank on him would be so beneficial, but I don't think M5 are in a position to do so. However, Leshrac looks like he's hunting around. Maybe not. Oh, excuse me. And the Shrek might be the one getting ganked. He has no mana to retaliate or try and defend himself with a split earth, but he rapidly gets out of there. Morphling could be the one next on the ganking list, but Kunkka is very low on HP. Morphling could probably burst him down. Morphling looks like he's working his way towards a Lincoln Sphere, which will be no doubt beneficial, be helpful against the Disruption and Torrent combo, which is pretty much the biggest problem that M5 is dealing with, at least towards this early mid stages of the game. Power Shot going down, they're going to see that there is a rogue Venomancer there. However, there's no one here to reinforce in order to assist in taking him down, but Windrunner might be able to do it on her own. However, there is a nice army of Plague Wards there, which would make that maneuver just that little bit more difficult. Morphling hunting around, wanting to pick up rogue kill, but no one's here to be found. Just going to continue free farming up to the top lane. 104 to 56, so many denies to come in from that Morphling, as well as last hits doing a fantastic job on the creep score. Kunkka and Shadow Demon, the dynamic ganking duo, rotating down to this mid lane. And Leshrac might catch them off, or they might catch Leshrac off. However, he's just that little bit too aware and rapidly backs off before he gets disrupted and torrented to death. Windrunner, as well as Furion over in the middle lane, looks like we want to press the issue at this lane, and reinforcements are rapidly rolling in. PGG on his way, checking for wards as of this very moment. No idea why I did that. They're all at mid. And there's quite a few of them at mid. Are they going to move for the engagement? We have Kunkka still. Ah, that might be why. They're looking for that Kunkka. That ward is going to see him, and this is an easy kill right now. Or maybe not. They're backing off. Enchantress coming in from the sidelines. The Sprouts almost countering that Edict right there. Shadow Poison giving that nice bit of vision. Furion ulti popping his way through. Nice Burrow Strike to come in. The Epicenter going to follow will not indeed. And the Split Earth to land on the Enchantress. Leshrac takes a fall very rapidly. And the boat to come in from the Kunkka, who's very low on HP. And we're now currently going on the Morphling, who's no way going to escape from that. Medallion of Courage bursting him down very rapidly. And the sole survivor from that engagement is the SK, and Venomancer gets out as well. That was not good for 4FC. I'm sure they're, I mean for M5, I'm sure they're absolutely kicking themselves over the fact that the Kunkka is so low on HP. However, we must remember the fact that Morphling, Morphling's actually died a lot, but he has a nice chunk of farm. Could he win it? I have my doubts. But we'll have to wait and see how everything unfolds. Yes, indeed. Team of M5 are forced to back off, lick their wounds, and recuperate, and it seems 4FC are going to do the exact same thing. They're not exactly in the position for another engagement. M5 would most definitely want to take a couple of towers where possible. Batrider going in on the Furion. Is he going to TP out? Can we get the lasso off? Oh, the Flame Break goes down there, stops the TP, and that's an easy kill for the Batrider, as well as doing a nice bit of pushing action in the form of that Firefly. And the team of M5 are rotating down to bottom, want to pick up an easy kill. Kunkka is here, and this would be an easy kill indeed because there are no reinforcements. And with no sentry wards being placed down to see the smoke gate coming, Kunkka is so dead. Is he going to escape? The answer is no. He's dead. He comes Burrow Strike, Lasso as well, even though completely unnecessary. Diabolic Edict doing a nice chunk of damage, and the Epicenter, why not? I feel that was a bit of a waste and a little bit unnecessary. I feel Epicenter back up here when we were attacking would have been perfect to come in from M5. And a Blink Dagger now in hand for that SK, going to make that Epicenter even more dangerous and give him a little bit extra escapability. But they have to go to this middle lane that's getting bursted down right now. The Illusion's doing a nice chunk of damage. TPs are coming in. Is it going to get denied? I don't think the Windrunner Illusion is going to be able to do it. Denies better come in at the right moment, though. It's getting very low right now. It's time to deny, and it gets picked up by the creep, that was the easiest deny of my life. You could see the timing was perfect. Unless was that creep sitting there just waiting for the very last hit? It's possible. But I feel M5 could have easily denied that tower. But alas, it's unfortunate. For items, we're going towards Enchantress, working our way towards a pipe, and we have Shadow Demon with a Force Staff in hand. And Morphling's about to find himself in a ganked situation, or maybe we're just going to casually walk by like do. Oh, hello. Hello, Enchantress. Hello, Shadow Demon. Let's go on the Enchantress. Yes, indeed. Waveforming in there. The Flame Break going down there as well. But the Sprites healing that Enchantress up very rapidly. And with the addition of Windrunner in the mix, is going to make the gank just that little bit more difficult. And they decide to retreat. I still feel they could have committed to that, especially with these two at the top. However, they did not know where their location was, and they figured it's probably best to retreat, because if Conquer or Shadow Demon are here, we're dead. Simple as that. One stack of napalm going down there on the Windrunner, who has a mechanism in hand as of this very moment. Batrider having a Blink Dagger, of course. Blink to Lasso does a fantastic job. In the meantime, Furion's about to get taken down once again. Negative Urn Charge, but Force Staff being Force Staff out by the Shadow Demon. It's not going to be a successful kill. However, the Curse going down as well as the Disruption. And there's the Curse. And Windrunner's moving into position as well, trying to TP out. But the Shackle goes down, and a couple of right clicks takes him down very rapidly. Very unfortunate for that poor Shadow Demon. SK rapidly getting the hell out of there. Windrunner moving over to mid, needs to defend this and maybe pick up Morphling. However, I don't think killing Morphling is going to be that easy of a feat. Power Shot going through, weakening the creep wave ever so slightly, which is what they need to do. In the meantime, the Dire's top tower is taking a fall. 4FC pushing that as hard as possible. Furion going to join as well, but this middle tower might fall as well. However, with the addition of Shadow Demon, it will be an easy defense. And the team of M5 forced to rotate to the top before the tower gets taken down. Epicenter going down, not picking up anyone though, just going on the creep wave. Not the greatest epicenters to come out of Admira as of this very moment. Morphling wants a kill. He's so hungry, but moving in might not be the wisest of ideas. He doesn't care. He wants a kill. He wants it so badly. And his waveform, his escapability is gone. Sprout going to land. He can't get out of there. Imp doing a nice chunk of damage and a nice torrent to come down, as well as the medallion. This was so dumb. Now, I have no idea what Morphling was thinking. I swear M5 have been making some really curious decisions this entire game. Decisions that really shouldn't be happening. And as a result, they're paying for it because they've died a lot. It just seems really strange. I have no idea what to say about it. What to say in response to it or anything like that. It looks like the Shrek possibly going for Aghanims or a Bloodstone. That point booster, of course, can go into either one of those. Of course, we already covered the Blink Dagger. SK also having a Blink Dagger, which will allow them both to get into very nice positions. Venomancer having a mechanism in hand, farming that ancient camp so hard, getting plenty of money. However, this top tower is going to take a fall if reinforcements don't roll in, and it will not be a worthy trade. A tier 2 for a tier 1 is never a good idea. However, I think they just want to give this creep wave some momentum, and then TP to top, or maybe not. Top tower takes a fall. That's 500 gold for many members. A nice chunk of gold, and they're TPing back very rapidly. They might not even get this bottom tower. Torrent to X marks the stop, but blinking out in a perfect amount of time. The Shrek moving in very unwisely. This could end badly for him, and the Disruption going down as well as the Curse, and the Sprout going to follow. Power Shot missing, just being timed off ever so slightly, and actually letting him get out of that. The Shackle going down doesn't lag, so Purge lands, and the Shrek takes a very rapid fall. Once again. It's not looking good for M5 as of this moment. They're just making a lot of... Leshrac just sort of ran in there when he really didn't need to. I think we're going to take this opportunity to go over and shun, or maybe go... Maybe not. Thinking maybe go on the Batrider, but he's just that little bit too fast. We're going to rotate to the bottom lane and take this tower. It'll be very easy peasy. The team of M5 is split all over the map. They really want to take this tier 1 tower over in the mid, but they just can't seem to do it. They tried to do a trade, and they didn't even succeed in that. They traded a tier 2 for nothing. And not to mention, Leshrac died, which made it even better for 4FC. They're just powering ahead in this game. Plague Ward's being placed down. I don't think it's going to make a difference. There's no fortification available. Is there much that M5 can do about this current barrage being dealt to this bottom tower? I don't think so. Blinking in right now, but unable to get the Lasso. Disruption going down there on the Shadow Demon. Very nicely done right there, preventing that Lasso. And this middle tower, oh, it gets denied. They wanted that so badly, but Furion's just too much. Too good on the money. This tower's actually in deny range. So denying that would no doubt be a good idea. They want to deny as much gold and XP from the team of 4FC as much as possible. Venomancer could find himself caught out if he's not careful, but he's backing off very wisely indeed. The X marks the spot, and doesn't matter where you blink, baby. The Torrent follows as well, and a Shackle and gets rapidly taken down. Ulti to come down, Imp's doing a nice chunk of damage, and the Pipe has landed, and it absorbs all the damage to come in from the epicenter, which is so unfortunate. Going into the Sandstorm, Morphling waveforming in, Venomancer taking another fall. No members of 4FC are yet to fall, and the Imp's doing so much damage right there. Nice Tide form to come in once again, and a nice Burrow Strike to land there. Negative Urn Charge and picking up the kill. 3 members suddenly pop, with Leshrac getting up a double kill, and they're currently blocking the hell out of this Enchantress. And the waveform and a couple more right clicks would take her down. There is no hope for her at all. Morphling getting a double kill, with Leshrac getting a double kill. Trading 2 for 4 is definitely good engagement, and this is what M5 needs to do to bring this back. Is make good decisions and less bad decisions. And Conquer would be a very easy kill at this moment, but he's a wise individual indeed. Retreating out with the use of those phase boots. Does not want to get caught out of position. I keep several times I keep thinking this little water trail that's left by that Morphling is a torrent. I keep getting it very wrong, thinking, oh, torrent's about to get torrented, but it's actually just Morphling and his little trail. With that nice victory, I feel killing some towers would be the best opportunity right now. However, we take a gander at the XP, we take a gander at the gold. The XP is now in considerable advantage for M5. Don't even know where that happened. The gold, however, with that tower advantage, still in favor for 4FC. But one thing to note is that despite 4FC taking down, having 5 towers being taken down, while, what's their face? Moscow 5 have only taken 2, one of them getting denied, and the gold advantage is only 1,000. Or 1,500. That's not good for 4FC. Moscow 5 are slowly clawing their ways back into this game after making, in my opinion, a lot of foolish decisions. But they're holding on strong, they're not giving up, and if they keep up like this, they are going to pull themselves ahead. Lincoln Sphere now in hand for that Morphling. What's it going to work towards next? I feel it's a bit too late for a shotgun. Or at least, at the moment, the Ethereal Blade won't be able to just one-shot people, but it will be a nice addition nonetheless. That extra agility plus the all stats is always incredibly good. And Ghost Form is also solid ability as well, but Smoke Gank to come out of 4FC. We want to pick up an easy kill on someone, however, no one on the team of M5 is really that much out of position. So this Smoke Gank is going to be all for naught. No one's going to get picked up. Let's check it to change it to current gold. Actually, I might just close it completely because I keep clicking on it and it's annoying me because I can't move it when I clicked on it. I can't make the nice little boxes, which are all pretty. And, I don't know, make it look good, I guess, or something. The team of M5 are all over the place, and 4FC are desperately looking for a gank. However, it's all for naught because no one is here. And M5 are probably thinking, 4FC are probably thinking, where the hell is everyone? We can't see them in the lanes. And it's like, oh, they're at bottom. They want to take this tower. I'm surprised they're not going for the top. It's easy gold. Easy gold, but getting a tier 2 would be no doubt beneficial. And they most likely can't help but be happy for that. They see that everyone's in mid. They know that bottom defense will be rolling in momentarily and very wisely TPing the hell out of there before death rolls in indeed. We still have a couple left over. These two could easily pick up an easy kill if anyone wanders into a bad position like this Conker. Well, hey guys, he doesn't give a crap actually. They're panicking from him. And a Shadow Blade to come in as well as a Phase Boost, give a bit of extra movement speed. However, Blink Dagger, he might not be able to get away from this. X mark the spot is a torrent going to follow. Fury and teleporting in is going to be bad for this. Hex going to land as well. And a couple more right clicks were taken down very rapidly. Trying to run into the tree. Sprout landing as well as the Purge and the Curse. No hope for you. And a Sheep Stick is being in hand for that Nature's Prophet. Should be looking at the items as of this very moment. Let's take a gander. Yes, we saw the pipe in action before to come in from the Enchantress. I believe I briefly mentioned that. Many members having a forced off, which is entirely understandable. Very surprised that that didn't get denied. And Torrent to X-Mark as well as a Shackle to land as well. So much damage and the Venom Answer just pops like a balloon. No hope. No hope at all. The Shrek still isn't any closer to that Aghanims or Soul Booster / Bloodstone. With Morphling, looks like it's working his way towards an Eye of Scatty. Can't imagine him getting a Sheep Stick. Seems like a waste. And SK looks like it's going to work his way towards Aghanims. In the meantime, 4FC are going to secure a very easy Roshan because there is very little that M5 can do about. 2 of their members are dead, one of them just respawning, and M5 don't even have the power to contest them right now. Uganda. The gold is evened off. I don't even... Wait, close this. Gold has evened off. This is very surprising. SK blinking out the very second he gets out of that disruption. Fury teleporting in, but the Hex goes down as well, and that is a dead SK. No hope for him. Sprout to follow as well. Morphling to wave forming in. Going in on the Shadow Demon. A couple more right clicks will take him down on the track, doing tons of damage, but he does manage to take a fall. Mutually assured destruction right there. One to go on the Conker, very low in HP, and the Morphling is here. Full HP, yes indeed, and Link is Fear, absorbing the damage. One waveform will do a nice chunk of damage. Doesn't manage to pick up the Conker, who's currently running for his life, and a Shackle to a creep right there and then. However, the Nature's Prophet is very low. A couple more right clicks. Typhoon to come in. Morphing a little bit to strengthen now, continuing on with the right click damage and an adaptive strike, burrow strike. Currently invisible, he's going to go for it. The Conqueror is going to escape from this. This is just bad. This was sad and, man, I can feel how disappointed. However, that was such a good engagement for M5. I don't even know how the gold and XP is evened off. How the gold evened off, considering how far 4FC are ahead on towers. This is, I don't even know what to say. especially with Rashawn. Did we take down Rashawn? Who picked up the Aegis? It wasn't... Oh, and it seems it was a Cloak of Discord, which is actually a lot better that SK got. It actually provides better damage for money cost than... Wait a second. Venomance has a Veil of Discord. Okay, so disregard everything. So Conker has secured himself that Aegis of Immortality. So even if they took him down, he would have survived. However, it doesn't really matter because they would have taken down that Aegis of Immortality, which is no doubt beneficial, even if they didn't actually pick up the kill. That was a very beneficial engagement for M5. 3 kills for pretty much... Well, Leshrac took a fall, but I think that's about all they paid. XP and gold now starting to tip into favor for M5, which I really don't understand, in all honesty, how this has happened. But I guess if we look at the last hits, we do see 240 to come in from that Morphling. He's been farming non-stop. The Furion only has 120. By this stage of the game, the Furion should have a lot of farm. And is he building to a BKB? Maybe. It wouldn't be that bad. It seems I'd say there were better items to get, but can't really complain about that, I guess. Seems a tad curious. Maybe he's going into Maelstrom. That's normally not picked up. Desolator possibly, but again, there's more useful things. The Monkey King Bar would be an awful lot better. We could go for more utility items. Another mech, pipe, they're all good. Morphling continuing to get free farm in this bottom lane, just right-clicking everything down. 3,700 in the bank. He's working towards that Eye of Scatty indeed, picking up that another ultimate orb. Still having 1,600. He's very close to it. In the meantime, in the top lane, Leshrac is about to take a fall. Couple right clicks and the Imp taking the last hit right there. Actually, Furion's ulti took up the last kill right there, which is kind of funny. While Leshrac takes a fall, we are still continuing to get free farm. What are actually Leshrac's items? Still hasn't bought anything extra, it seems. Morphling just, once again, getting free farm. And there's going to be some delicious, absolutely delicious treants here to eat up as well. Free farm indeed, and no one's attempting to stop him. Which will be 4FC's undoing if this continues on. Morphling can easily just win. We have Batrider into reinforce. We have a Replicate out, which I really like for just extra safety. He has that Eye of Skadi already. This is going to be pain. This is going to be absolute pain when Prophet probably sees that he has the Eye of Scatty, so he's getting a BKB. And he's thinking, I'm going to leave right now, because I'll die if I don't. Alright, better be careful. Shackled, perfect blink timing in the meantime. Okay, just immediately left, it seems. Just a bit of damage to the Furion, and then just left. Which I feel we could have killed him. Morphling could have killed him pretty easily. Take a look at Morphling's right-click damage. Despite having 25 in strength, it's 209 plus 13, and that's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. We can see the creep wave just getting pretty much eliminated right now. Enchantress better watch out, because if they venture just that tiny little bit into the jungle, they'll find themselves with a very easy kill, and Morphling is hungry for those, yes indeed. I'm still surprised how many last hits this Morphling has. He's been farming like a beast. And what does he want to go for next? There's plenty of items available. He could go for a satanic... maybe not a satanic. He could go for... There's a lot of things he could go for. And a Thorough Blade would be alright. Be nice for a little bit of extra killing power. Probably would have gotten a kill on that Morphling, actually. But right now, we're going to settle for the Enchantress. And Lasso going down, dragging her the hell out of there. And Adaptive Strike as well, the waveform. She pops effectively instantly. And Leshrac picking up the kill right there. And, nice, Leshrac. We're going to push this plot tower. It'll be fairly easy. Reinforcements are closing in. However, the Morphling is just capable of dishing so much damage, morphing everything to agility. Wants to pick up an easy kill. Tide forming, missing, and just getting out just a second before he gets right-clicked. Torrent missing, rather. Uh-oh, Windrunner. Windrunner. Not in a good situation. M5 thinking easy kill right here now. Trying to win run out, doesn't matter. Blink to Burrow Strike to come in as well. Is he channeling up that epicenter? Thank Christ he isn't. And Windrunner taking an easy fall. M5 doing exactly what they need to do to bring themselves back in. Picking up easy kills where they can be had. And looking at the goal, the 2k advantage coming in for M5 with an closing in on 6k, 5,500 advantage in the XP department. Doing a pretty good job as of this very moment. And a good chunk of that is a Morphling, who's just farming his heart out. Just looking at the total gold earned. 19,000, closing in on 20,000 solely for that Morphling. He's doing a nice job, and we're closing in for a nice little sandwich right here. Enchantress getting a little bit too daring, and this could end badly. Batrider blinking in, and the lasso going down, as well as that Flame Walk. And Blink Disruption going to land on the Enchantress. A very nice Disruption going down right there. Sprout to land on the Venomancer. A lot of damage is being dealt. Pipe going down, absorbing all of the waveform damage, but he's just popping everyone. This Morphling absorbing the damage, but getting hit by the boat indeed. And the BKB is not going to be enough. A few right clicks is all it takes. And holy hell is all I can say. So much damage to come out of the Morphling, and they're still not happy with that. They want to go on the SK negative Urn Charge to go down, but it's not going to be enough. Absorbing a few of the tower hits, or rather, avoiding a couple of the tower hits, with of course that Sandstorm. Morphling is right now a wrecking machine. 3,500 in the bank. What does he want to go for next? It's a good question. A BKB would of course be solid, but he doesn't really need it. I guess being able to disable more than one disable would no doubt be beneficial. And they're going to push on this middle tower. 4FC are probably thinking, where did we go wrong here? We were ahead. They made so many silly mistakes. We pushed so far ahead. Batrider looking for an easy kill, but a nice work on the X mark the spot right there. Allowing him to go into a bit of damage and then go back out to safety, which is really smart. And they can't quite get the mid, so they think, hey, let's rotate to bottom. They're in no position to defend this. This will be free gold. Easy peasy. I'm still wondering what the Morphling's going to build next. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? In terms of items, Windrunner working our way towards another Sheet Stick, which will be very good, especially against the Morphling, which is one of the reasons why BKB would be pretty beneficial for him. Looking at the Conquer, we have all sorts of glorious items. We have the Vanguard, we have the BKB, and of course that Shadow Blade. But taking a gander over at Moscow 5's side, we have the Mech, we have the Veil of Discord, as we covered already. SK has finally got his hands on that Aghanim Scepter. Batrider looks like is also working his way towards a Sheep Stick. And finally Morphling, again, with 5,000 in the bank. He's a bit indecisive. Our Mantis style, of course. That's bleedingly obvious. Okay, that was really stupid of me, because that's a really obvious next pickup for a Morphling. It's bleedingly obvious. Now I feel a bit silly, but nevertheless, both teams neither really wanting to commit. We just have M5 sitting back and farming. 4FC playing on the defensive side because they realize they're in a really fragile situation. They don't want to go venturing out and getting themselves killed, because doing that will potentially lose them the game. Roshan's going to be up very, very quickly, and it seems M5 are going to settle for this. However, 4FC are probably not going to be that unwise. They're probably going to know that Roshan will be up in the next couple of moments. In fact, they will, because Conquer has that Aegis, which will of course disappear at the 10-minute mark. And there's going to be easy gank on the Venomancer. Dust coming in, but he's a little bit too fast. He's going to escape, trying to TP out. The Shackle is going to land. No way, he manages to get out, just barely. I don't think they had the vision of that upwards area right here, and thus he had that little bit of extra time needed to TP out. SK teleporting right out of there, knowing that death is rolling in. A slow teleport indeed, but he does barely managed to get away. Feel that was a bit silly by the SK. Very slow TP right there. I think he teleported here instead of back to the home base. I think. Roshan should have returned. Will be up in the next couple of moments, and M5 definitely want to take it down. However, 4FC are probably thinking the exact same thing. Either you don't want to let the other team have Roshan, and you definitely want to get it for yourself. So it's all like a win-win if you get Roshan, because they don't have it, and you have it. But that all goes without saying. Morphling lurking around in their jungle, wants to pick up a free kill. However, will he find such a thing? There is an Enchantress very close by. Going to waveform down this? Maybe not, maybe yes. Trying to see if anyone's there. And the answer to that question is unfortunately no. You have Windrunner Illusion, checking for Roshan, seeing is he floating in the air? He's floating in the air. So I have no explanation for this, but Roshan is indeed floating in the air for some strange reason. Batrider catching out the Windrunner illusion, quickly realizing it's just an illusion. Edict going out, but the cooldown is short. It matters, it does not. In the meantime, Enchantress taking a fall very rapidly. going on all of them. Morphling is X marks the spot. Furion teleporting in, the Tidebringer coming in as well. A few right clicks come down, Sheepstick to land as well, taking a nice couple of hits. He's currently on half health, and a nice boat to land in as well, picking up 2 of them. And he's getting very low on HP, but his right click damage is just so high. Morphing to strength to get that little bit of extra health that he needs. And he's going to try and right click him down to death. And the Morphling, he just barely gets a go. He's so low on HP, but blinking in and picking up the kill right there. And I think that was a pretty good engagement for M5. 1 for 4, and they might even get the 5th. That Shadow Demon's very low in HP. Oh, that was fantastic. The replica coming in there, teleporting straight to it and getting that last right click. Fantastically done right there. The entire team of 4FC has been taken down by M5, and now they're free to do whatever the hell they want. Chances are they're going to take down this Roshan. Easy peasy kill. Yes, indeed. In the meantime, glorious sounds of dead air. Let's have a look at what everyone has once again. The items escalated. Finally, the Shrek having that bloodstone in hand. What was that for? Ah, boots of travel, of course. Taking a look at the Morphling, of course, has that Manta style, has a Helm of the Dominator, so it looks like he's going to work his way towards a Satanic Indeed as his next item of choice. And I feel like there's someone I'm missing. Yes, Batrider, who still hasn't got a Sheepstick just yet, but does have 3 key in the bank, so has enough for it. Can easily go to the secret shop right here and just pick it up. In fact, did he just do that? I think he did. Yes, indeed. Has that Scythe of Vice now. Roshan's going to fall very rapidly. Morphling's just going to right-click him to absolute death. However, these bashes just keep rolling in. They just keep rolling in, but Morphling doesn't care at all. Life still coming in for him. The damage is so much, and he can sit back and relax. The team of 4FC seems like they don't know exactly what's going on. They're just sitting back, they're defending the lanes, and now they're thinking, ah, Christ. Morphling securing himself up in Aegis of Immortality. We saw how long it took for them to even attempt to take him down, and they didn't succeed. They did so much damage, and they didn't kill him. And now they have to do it twice if they even do manage to kill him. Morphling has just so much feed as of this very moment. Moving in, Shadow Demon getting sheep, but a nice shackle there to come on the Batrider. However, the Windrunner might just pay for it, but 4-staffing down off the edge. Very nicely done by her right there. It looks like she's also going for a Sheepstick. In the meantime, her next marks the spot, which was very nicely done. However, Morphling is going to cut off that Conqueror, and look at the right-click damage. However, that Shadow Blade allowing him to escape very easily. In the meantime, I heard a shackle. Here comes the lasso, and Nature's Prophet is pretty friggin' dead. Most likely. But TPing out, are they going to be able to stop him with the Edict? I mean, the Split Earth coming in and stopping him from TPing out. 3 members of 4FC being taken down by M5, and there's going to be easy tier 2 tower over the top. I'm going to rotate to mid and take down this middle tower, and most likely the barracks. Will it survive? No. No is the answer to that. Going to push in, and no hope. No hope indeed. Just right-clicking it down. Fortification going down just in time. Sheep landing there on the Windrunner, as well as 1 stack of the Napalm. It's not going to be enough to do all that much, however. Actually, completely missed that. Oh, what was it called? Flamebake. But in the meantime, we have an... It doesn't really matter. Oh, nice X marks the spot, actually, coming in from the Disruption. Split Earth to land there on the Windrunner, as well as the Burrow Strike and taking down. Mech Charge being dealt as well. BKB coming in. Boat, but it just barely misses everyone. And the Conquer currently running for his life. Is he going to make it? He doesn't give a toss. That Morphling does not indeed. He doesn't care about the tower. Right-clicking down very rapidly indeed. Venomancer ulti going down. Taking a lot of damage, and the Tideform going down there as well. Torrent, rather. And despite being in the fountain, there's no safety for them, and the SK getting yuled up into the air. One more right-click on the Conquer, but he does manage to escape, and the Sandstorm, perfect timing on that, very low in HP. The Urn Charge going to bring him up, but the Furion ulti takes him down. Oh, I wish I had bigger lungs. There's just too much to talk about. And I guess M5 is just going to retreat. They're going to lick their wounds a little bit, and then jump straight back into the fray. There's actually very little reason for them to be backing off. Morphling's full on HP. I guess several members are a little bit lower than they would like. Invisibility being secured here by the Leshrac. Conker's going to find himself in a world of pain in the next couple of moments. We have Morphling already making his way down here. Or maybe he's just going to get a couple of kills there on the farm. On the neutral camps, rather. While they have Leshrac moving into position. Easy couple of kills right there. An Edict, I mean, Split Earth would be perfect. But it seems we're just going to scout out. We're going to see where exactly everyone is. 15 seconds left on that invisibility rune. Batrider running in, but a nice 4-staff to get him out to safety. And Batrider might find himself in a bad situation. X mark the spot going down, but a nice flame break to go down as well. Split Earth missing everyone, but the Pulse Nova combined with the AoE damage coming in from the Leshrac is too much, and the Mecha's charge is just not enough. adaptive strike to finish off him right there. Currently Chip going on the Windrunner, and then Lasso going down there once again. Nature's Prophet taking a fall very rapidly. Lestrak continuing to go on this Windrunner, but just not good enough. And a nice torrent to come in right there. Got it right that time. GG being called out by a bit of an offensive GG. You wait for them to call GG. It's rude. But nevertheless, GG is going out. M5 managing to secure this kill very easily. And this time, I think this was the first game where team didn't leave before their throne actually was killed. I think it's the first game it's ever happened. Adaptive strike. Pick up the Morphling's in the fountain. He doesn't care at all. Torrent going down. This might be his death, and buying back instantly. Waveforming out a couple more right clicks. Morphing to strength as of this very moment. The right click damage is too much combined with that, of course, the lifesteal. Conker unable to take him down. Morphling's an absolute boss. Tide forming in there once again. Epicenter going down as well. Easy kills going down there right now. Chancellor's going to take a fall next. Eul's Scepter's being lifted up into the air. And the throne finally does fall down. No one left this time. So this is the first game in the defense series, I believe, where no team left before the game actually ended. Which is pretty cool. So they finally learned. Applauds out to them. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Defense 2 4FC going up against M5 in the group stages, with M5 securing after a very shaky start, especially with lots and lots of really dumb mistakes in my opinion. M5 have secured victory. My name has been Toshley. This has been the joinDOTA, the Defense 2 tournament, sponsored by Razer and BenQ. I'll see you next time.